Yo, it's good. So I did another poll asking what you guys wanted to see, and you guys sort of wanted a nuke tutorial, so I'm happy to do that. Played a couple games this morning. So the first game is sort of like how you drop a nuke in a longer game, playing safe, playing at distance. And then the second nuke, even I surprised myself with the second nuke. So I was playing for an aggressive nuke. We got nuked down, and you got it so fast that even my own team accused me of hacking, which is kind of wild, but it's actually fucking insane. To be honest with you, it's a really good nuke. Anyway, right, we'll go into the loadout now. I'll be using the Holger again. So I'll briefly go over what streaks I'm using. So I'm using sort of like the higher threshold streaks, just because, I wanted my advanced UAVs to build here. Same build you would have seen from the Ferg video. Anyway, roll on to the first game. So I'm actually going to try and explain my thought process whilst playing this game, and sort of the tactics that I use for a slower paced nuke. So I feel like this is the more successful kind. If you're not as aggressive as a player and you're not as confident with your aim, this is definitely the best kind of nuke to go for. So I like to play anchor if I'm trying to play for a nuke, and if I'm playing really aggressive, then obviously I'll slave for the nuke. It really does depend. But this first video is an anchor nuke, so as you can see, I'm sort of I'm still in the general area of the point. Do you know what I mean? I know where they're spawning from. I'm just trying to give myself enough cover to not die. Do you know what I mean? In that situation there, I got quite lucky, to be honest with you, but because I was where I was, if I just proned, I was okay, because the guy on the wall and the other guy wouldn't have been able to see me, so we were all good. Now I'm just sort of trying to play spawns. I've got my advanced UAV on, so I sort of know what's going on. I know who's where. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pre-aiming everything. That's the one thing you're going to notice, is just pre-aim absolutely everything. If you're a thumb player, it's probably not going to work as well, but you could pre-fire everything instead. It doesn't really matter. It's sort of the same principle. At this point, I'm taking a few shots, so I try and push away from the situation, just, again, playing it safe, because obviously that's the whole point of this video, is just to try and demonstrate the two play styles of a nuke. So now I'm still kind of anchoring, kind of playing OBJ at the exact same time, but I'll push out now because it's easier for me to be able to do this now. Obviously I know that they're spawning up this way, so I'm going to take a peek through the mid. Obviously I don't see anybody there, but I'm sort of staying around this side because that's where the next hard point's going to be, and I know people are going to try and set up early, which is obviously what they're doing right now. So I'm just using this head glitch to my advantage, trying to stick to the left and moving side to side as well, just in case somebody decides they want to pull out a sniper last second. Obviously making yourself a moving target makes it harder for the enemy to be able to hit you. I'm actually pushing out a little bit. I'm not playing as safe. Definitely wouldn't advise that if you're new to nuking, you haven't nuked much before or ever. Again, still trying to play as close to cover as possible, so if I am under fire I can just pull myself back away from it. I'm playing quite open on this bit here, but I felt confident in the situation to be able to do such a thing. So in a minute I actually start playing a little bit stupid, because I look at the time that's left and sort of try to make sure I can still get the nuke in the time. Anyway, we do actually get it, so we call it in. So my advice for slow nukes is pre-aim, use cover, use head glitches. Don't feel ashamed on how you have to play. I mean, if you have to camp for it, then camp for it. Now this game here is super aggressive, so as you can see I'm starting off with this peak here, and then we're going to move around to the car because obviously it gives me more cover, so sort of like the same as last game, but we're playing an aggressive nuke now. We're going to play for spawns. So as you can see, I'm still pre-aiming everything. Score streaks are super important as well. I definitely suggest using more of the radar style score streaks than using a stealth chopper or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to push around to the spawn now because I know they're spawning over this way. So I'm going to rotate between this bit and their actual spawn there, just in case they run through to the house. But now I seem to have got them in a pretty good spawn trap, so I'm going to reload my gun here and stay in there just so I can have the opportunity to peek out fairly fast so they don't get round to that corner and start to either pre-fire or pre-aim on me. The guy went AFK there, which is nice, free kill. So now I'm going to push back round to the opposite spawn. I'm going to go back to the car again, just in case anybody pushes out, which they do try to. They try and push out through the window and then that side there. So if I didn't go to the car and just push straight up, then the nuke would have been choked. Now I'm quite close, so I do just straight up push it, and then we get the nuke there. So that's pretty much it for this one. So yeah, my honest advice on nuking, and it's a lot easier than people think. 1, play with confidence. 2, learn the spawns, which I did actually post a video about the other day. Don't be afraid to use head glitches, don't be afraid to sort of sit back, and also remember to use cover as much as possible. Again, if you're not as aggressive as a player and your aim's not as good. Also, if you play with thumbs, you can't really pre-aim stuff, then definitely playing for cover and playing for head glitch is 100% the best solution. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video has helped you guys out. If you've got any questions, just drop them down in the comments and I will help out everybody that I possibly can. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.